Can you guys hear me? Let's see if that works. Oh, I think it's working now. Okay, can anyone hear me? Hey, Juiced, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you could join us, man. Mario Kart can hear one person. That is Mouse. There's Jack. All right, are we actually doing it? Are we actually starting the stream where you can hear both of us?
Incredible.
This is a new standard for the channel. We're reaching new highs here. Okay, let's get this thing started. Let me appear on screen real quick. Am I here? Am I moving? I am. I'm typing. I'm gesturing. I think everything's working. Can anybody confirm? Am I on the screen? One guy is too quiet. I think it might be Mouse, or am I too quiet? I'm not sure. Is the guy talking right now too quiet, or is it another guy? Mouse, can you talk?
Yeah. Usually, historically, you've been the one that's been pretty
That's
quiet.
true. I do have a long history. Oh, Mario Kart says I am the one that is good currently. Can you jack up your volume a little bit? Is there any way? I'm not even sure how to do that because we're talking through Discord right now, I believe. Let's see.
All of my things are at maximum go, so.
Alright, I just doubled your volume. Talk again?
Talking again.
Alright, that sounds on my end okay. Mouse is too quiet. Let's see. Hold on. Let me turn on the technical difficulties button while we're doing this. I made that for just such occasions as this one. Alright. Mouse, can you keep talking?
Sure.
Sounds like he's behind 50 layers of soundproofing. That's strange because usually
It's a
you're the one
very
that's good.
typical setup I have in my house. That is to say, my microphone is in a hat.
Alright, I'm going to do something dangerous here. I'm going to just jack up all the volume. Okay, talk again, Mouse.
I'm talking again.
Continue talking. Tell me about your day, Mouse. How you been
Dang it,
doing?
I've got nothing to say.
Don't worry. Okay, hold on. Let's try. Oh,
Oh, am
man.
I getting double feed?
Double feed. I don't.
Well, it sounds like I'm being picked up by your mic.
That's impossible. I hope. Oh, no. Man. Okay, so OBS for some reason just decided to like reset all the mic settings before we jumped in. And now I'm worried that it's doing all sorts of weird stuff.
I accept no responsibilities for audio
That's
problems.
fair considering
I
you had
have
nothing
no
to do with
controls on
this.
my side.
All right, let's hit some buttons and see what happens. Button 1. All right, talk mouse. Oh, wait. Oh no, that is bad because you should be quiet right now, but you're not. Hold on. All right, no, I want you to keep talking to me. Keep talking to me, mouse. We're gonna get through this. Okay. I know you have nothing to say. That's fine. How about oh, Pokemon. We can talk about that a little bit. You were wanting to talk about that last week. I mean, we're definitely late on it, but we were going through some of the excellent memes that have been coming out with the Pokemon. Whispering. I have honestly no idea how you're. I mean, I'm glad I can hear you right now, and I'm glad other people can hear you supposedly, but I have no idea how if they can hear you, or maybe they can't. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'm just talking to myself, and I sound absolutely insane right now. Okay, now let's talk
Well,
again.
now they can't hear me at all,
Okay,
apparently.
well now you're back. I think you should be back. I don't know what is causing this problem. Ah, no. Why do programs do things? Can they hear me right now? Can you ask them if they're hearing me?
I'm just reading the stream, same as you, homie. I don't
Ugh,
know. Apparently, I was there briefly, but now I'm very low again.
I don't know why you're quiet. 'Cause I have
I
you
don't
turned
know
up
either.
quite high.
And I can't get much closer to my microphone without just
Yeah.
putting it in my mouth. So,
All right, hold on. I'm gonna keep pushing
and
buttons.
that's an audio experience I don't think anybody wants
Yeah, I don't want
to.
to. I mean, like it's. Hmm. Yeah, we're using Discord. I don't know how to make people louder on Discord. Hey, Mario Kart guys in the Discord chat. Hey, buddy, how's it going? I don't know how to do things. Oh my god, what is happening?
One day we'll start a chat and it'll work.
I mean, at least this time I didn't start and keep going for like 20 minutes without realizing nobody could hear me, and you were just having a conversation with no one. Mario Kart guy's in the Discord and he can't hear a thing,
Right.
or he can't say
So
anything.
I turned up the volume on the stream just for a second to hear it, and
Hmm.
I can hear me okay. You're just like twice the volume I am. So
Oh, so maybe I should be quieter, and then that way it's less
maybe, and
painful
then
for
boost
everyone.
the overall volume of the stream. If
Okay,
you can
how's
do that,
this?
like
I don't know how to
turn you
do.
down and the whole thing up.
I can turn me down. Like the way I have it set up is I have one audio set up for
I thank
everything.
you, Mario Kart guy.
What did he
I
say?
do sound great.
Aw, okay, that's good. All right, so it's definitely my fault. As so we're on track. This is the usual where things are my fault, and then we gotta figure it out as we go. So I've turned down my mic in hopes that maybe I was the one who's like double, but it's
All
just on
right,
YouTube that it's poor.
I'm waiting for.
I love that we've had like people join the stream in this time. Welcome everybody. It's you. I would like to say it's usually better than this, but the first few minutes have been a little bit historically bumpy. But we're getting
All
better. I
right,
feel like we're at least aware of the
our
problem, so that's growth.
our audio levels are pretty comparable now. So if people turn it up, or if you can turn up the main mix, we'll at least be at comparable speaking levels.
Okay, so I think we're ready to progress at this point. I can turn off the technical difficulties and we can continue on our adventure. Everybody okay?
Everybody says now you're too quiet, so
Oh
maybe turn
God.
you up just a little bit,
Okay,
just a
we're
little
gonna
bit.
go for it. Here we go. I'm gonna go meet in the middle. Hello, it's me, Jack from 404 Tales. How are we doing? This is an audio test. This has been a great 23 minutes of the stream so far.
And it's also me
Perfect.
coming in to check the audio.
Hey,
Cool.
we're
All
here.
right,
We're
we're on
ready.
track.
This is happening. This is a pretty, good enough version of the stream, but welcome for anyone who might be new. Welcome back, usual crowd. We've had actually a usual crowd coming in around this time, and that's been pretty cool. I'm recognizing familiar faces. Mario Kart guy. Everyone seems. Oh, Berg says smidge down now. Yeah, this is good enough, I guess. Awesome. That
I
is our
guess
theme of
we'll
the
accept
stream
it.
is good enough, I guess. That is
Good
definitely what
enough,
we're
I
all
guess.
about here. So Mouse, how are you doing now that everyone can hear you?
I'm all right.
That's good. That's
You
good.
know, just keeping up existence.
Yeah. We were going to stream last week, but we both had stuff get in our way, so we're here now. I haven't been uploading as much this week, but I've still been getting a lot of new subscribers, so that's been pretty cool. Hoping to see if we can get a few new faces in the chat. Surprisingly, our incel stream was pretty popular. I mean, like by this channel's standards, a popular, but still more so than I thought it would be. I thought that like maybe some other funner streams or topics would be something we could talk about, but we did have you guys watched it, you guys enjoyed it. I'm hoping that we can do another one this time, but I wouldn't count on it. Uh, but I think today. I think what we're kind of catching our rhythm with this stream, and we're trying gradually figuring out what we want to do here. I think the thing we should do is just kind of go online and find some interesting internet communities, and then gradually, surely, but slowly but surely, we're going to dissolve into some very abstract thinking that is kind of hard to follow and sort of all over the place. But it'll be a good time, and we'll all come away learning something, hopefully.
And there's usually like a post uh, autopsy kind of in the Discord afterward.
Yeah, yeah. We usually have a good time in the Discord, kind of discussing and trying to, make something out of our incoherent rambling. So let's see how this goes. But Mouse, are you ready to see the community that I wanted to explore today?
No, but I guess we're here, so
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that this
let's
one will
do it.
be a little bit more fun. Well, I mean, we'll see, but I think it's definitely gonna be a little bit more lighthearted than incels and femcells, as it were. Did you see that we had? I think we talked about it a little bit, but I did have an incel in the chat or in the I think the left a
In
comment
the
on the
comments
video
after the fact.
because you were talking about you wanted us to go ahead and post the stream in the incel subreddit just to see how they would feel about it, and I wasn't sure if that would go over super well, but we'll see how this one goes because I think today we're going to go to a very different place, but also a very familiar place. If you guys are ready, are you familiar with a little website called 4chan.
For
So,
what?
yeah, 4chan.
I've never heard of it.
So, but in particular, we're going to a very specific aspect of 4chan that I find
I was
very, very.
literally on 4chan right before we started this.
Really, what were you? Where were you?
VP, obviously.
VP, your favorite. I mean, I wouldn't mind going to VP at one of these days, but specifically today, I thought we'd explore cooking. I think it's a pretty interesting 4channel. This is 4channel. Oh, how did I get to 4? Oh no, they're right. This is 4channel because 4chan is
I
only
don't.
the. Well, that's like the thing everyone's been talking about. Well, not everyone's been talking about. Losers like myself have been talking about. 4chan, in order to help with their advertising, separated 4chan from the safe boards and the not safe for work boards are now two different websites. And I typed in 4chan.org/ck, but it took us to 4channel.org.
I
Uh,
have literally never noticed that before.
yeah, I
And
actually
then I
think it's a
just
pretty
looked at
good
the
solution to this
tabs I had
problem.
open, and it is correct. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't come here often, but
What were you
I
doing
hadn't
on
seen that before.
VP? Would you say that's your home board, VP? I think that's a Pokemon board,
No,
right?
I would not even say that I go to 4chan enough to have a home board, but when I do, it's like VP or TG,
Yeah, I like TG a lot. I've been spending a lot of time trying to go
and
through
it's
all the copy pasta on that site, but I think
mostly because the other boards and sites that I follow just update hella slow. And so if I get bored of whatever's on there, I'll come here
it
just to see what's
does.
happening.
Yeah, it does seem to be like one or the other. It's either way too fast of a board or it's way too slow of a board for like your purposes. It's either like so niche that you can post like 3 times and then come back the next day to see if anybody replied or anything, or it's like you create a thread and then by like an hour afterwards it just passes by completely ignored and nobody said anything about it and it's already been deleted. But I this is a board, the one we're going to be exploring today, is something that I've been interested in for some time because I am a member. I would say my home board is Co. I've posted there occasionally. Maybe some people from the chat or some people who found my channel might have done so through Co. I've done a lot of shilling on Co over the years, but this particular board has always fascinated me, but I've never actually sat down to explore it. So I'm not really sure what we're going to be
The
finding
cooking
today.
board?
Yeah, it's a cooking board, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of got its own reputation on 4chan, or not on 4chan necessarily, but outside of 4chan, so to speak, because it definitely has exactly the same kind of Chan culture as like every other board, but it's about cooking. So it's kind of weird to like think of it in that way because it's just like video like V for instance has an ongoing console war and it's almost like a religious war at this point where your tastes and your character are defined by, your video game preferences. And that carries over from what I've heard, it carries over into cooking on this board. That same kind of very
Well, the
belligerent
top
attitude.
three posts I'm seeing right now, just having loaded the board,
hmm I
is
haven't spoiled anything for myself
first
yet,
time
so
first time posting rate my dinner. Well, 4chan boards move so fast, you probably don't know the same stuff I do.
I don't know. I
But
actually
it's
not even familiar. See, like again, so
first time
apologies to
posting
anyone
rate my
who's
dinner.
yeah.
The second post is I don't know, some meme post that I don't recognize, and the third one is why don't we just eat rabbits? So
All right, well let's get
uh,
into it then. I honestly, again, apologies for anyone who is like a CK. I don't know if you guys have your own little uh, moniker that you go by, but I am completely new. I am a outsider. I am a normie when it comes to CK, so I'm kind of eager to jump into it and see what we got. So you had the same Pepe right here for what
no,
I should cook tonight.
it was like an old man with a Werther's Originals
Ah, see,
saying
maybe this
gas
is a
stoves.
more
Now that was a great appliance.
maybe it is a faster. See, I'm not seeing any of the posts that you saw, so maybe this is a faster board than I thought it was. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
4chan seems a little chaotic to try and go through because either I have
Together
to
at the same
follow
time,
along.
yeah.
Yeah, I got to follow along with the stream, so I'm gonna be
And it's not like we can if we're on the front page of the
7 or 10
site.
seconds behind, and then
Yeah. All right. So I'll try and move slowly through this. Let's see if we can find a nice starting thread to dive into.
Yeah, or if you're going by specific threads, you can throw it up in one of our miscellaneous chats, and I
Yeah,
can
I'll do
jump
that.
into the
I'll type
thread.
it into. You guys at home can follow along on our Discord. I believe there is a link to that in the description. I'll be posting that in the 404 chat section of the thread. Seeing a lot of kind of ooh, thoughts on soy milk. That could be a good one. Let's keep going. What's your honest opinion on Salvadoran food? I don't have one.
I have zero opinion,
I don't even know it. I guess it's
other
Salvadorian food.
than maybe
From
it's hard to
Salvador.
pronounce.
There's a lot of okay, food hack thread. This seems promising. I'm gonna go post this in the Discord. Give me one moment. This seems like a promising start, though. I'm a big fan of life hacks. Do you like life hacks, Mouse?
Um, I'm more of a fan of like the joke life hacks,
That
just
was an
because.
interesting subreddit, because it was just like you could very easily track the beginning of it and the downfall of it. They came like one after the other. It was like the whole life hack phenomenon started off and then became uh Uh, no, wait, I'm messing up my own animations. There we go. I'm back. Okay, so, but yeah, life hacks in general were such a fun thing. Was it like last year? I mean, like, it's so hard to track with internet time when life hacks were like the predominant thing. Like, do you remember how just like every video ever was like, oh, here's a life hack, and eventually everyone just like ran out of like useful tips that nobody knew, and then everyone started making up their own things like how to make your own lamps, and it was just like literally catching things on fire pretty much and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
mean
that.
they're still pretty rampant.
I
They're
haven't seen them as much, or at
fucking
least like maybe they're
annoying.
not as maybe they've peaked.
Well,
Hold
I
on, I
feel
want to go
like I
Google
spend
Trends right
probably
now. We're
more
gonna find this
time
out.
on DIY boards than maybe you do.
Oh yeah, you would do that. I mean, like in DIY, it
So,
literally is just life hacks. It's just that's kind of what it all comes down
well,
to.
I disagree,
I mean,
but
that's what you could. Let me rephrase. You can
there's a
definitely
difference between
relabel.
learning. Well, there's a difference between learning something and then like, oh, check out this sweet system cheat that I did, and that's what the life hack seems to feel like.
All right, let's go past
Whereas I'm
5
like,
years.
give me the 70-year-old man way to build a wooden cabinet, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's still a life hack. I mean, like, if you break it down, all forms of knowledge could be considered life hacks. Okay, so it looks like
Uh,
life hack peaked back in 2015. And I think it, in my eyes, well, it's weird. It actually has like cycles,
DIY
though.
is all about shipping containers. I haven't been to. Is there a DIY on 4chan? Holy shit, there is.
Yeah, dude,
All right,
they've added a bunch of things that I
I'm
just
gonna hop over
generally
here. I'm sure
don't
this
pay
isn't a
attention to.
nightmare.
You're going on to 4chan's DIY. Should we just bounce over there?
I don't know.
Let's do it. Well, I'm gonna keep exploring this food hack one while you're
I'm just
doing that
along
because
for the
I
ride
do want
here.
to see what's in here. Food hack thread. Anyone tried this one yet? Put empty jar in the middle of a pan. Form meatloaf around it and cook it off. As it starts to cool, it forms a vacuum and pulls grease into jar away from meat. That looks horrifying. I don't know if this is much good. I don't know if this is the life hack
See,
territory though,
that's what it's like. All kind of like I don't know if that would work,
or
kind of
what it would
stuff.
really help with. I mean, like, yeah, grease sucks, but I don't know if it's worth like. Oh man, like, and I'm just imagining you just let the jar cool. I'm guessing because it would
Yeah,
be
you'd
like
have to let
hot
the
as
jar
balls.
cool, and well, you'd have to let it solidify. Otherwise, you'd just pick it up and it would just run
So
back
then
all
you
over the
just have
pan.
like a bunt cake version of a meatloaf at that point. I was planning on making this entire thing about cooking, but now I'm starting to wonder if we should just go and dive for some life hacks because it has been a while since I've done some life hacks, and it is a fresh. There's a lot of good there. There's a lot of things we can discover.
I'm seeing no shipping container posts, and I'm very disappointed.
Why? Wait, what? Why? Where are the?
somebody said somebody said DIY is all about shipping containers.
Is that really? Oh, is that like a joke about because everyone does use shipping containers? It's like all the things
No,
you can
I
make,
don't. I have no idea.
but
But I could
oh, geez, that's
imagine
a burn
just in
victim.
the way that
I just showed a burn victim.
these boards work that
I apologize.
that probably happened a lot for a while.
Okay, this thread is not about life hacks. This thread is just about people talking about burning themselves. All right,
which could
let's
have
see what
happened at the
DIY.
result
I mean, that's what I
of
mean. I think yeah, I think now I'm much more excited about the idea of doing a whole stream about life hacks because I feel like that is definitely there might be a
See,
lot more there.
I haven't been on 4chan in a long time,
Hmm.
like really going into it. But it's like I just remember, like not you don't ever do anything that you used to see on 4chan because it was
Oh
always
yeah,
some
you
kind of
never
crap.
should.
Like people would give cooking recipes, but it would be like a low key, like somewhere in there you'd accidentally make mustard gas or some shit,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know.
And then there's also just the you know,
Oh,
standard
shipping
4chan
container
pranks.
homes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That's what I
shipping
assumed
container
you were
homes.
joking about, but I was like,
I misunderstood. I was like, I used to work in many art galleries and had to like ship a lot of weird shit. So I thought just like
literal
literal
shipping
shipping
containers.
containers, like creating stuff.
Well, it's like
Yeah, shipping container homes are pretty neat. They are becoming very fadalicious, though.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing. That's the thing
Okay,
about. Okay, that's what I
I
mean about life
apologize,
hacks,
everyone.
though.
I'm being hammered with. We've got a couple posts now of
Oh, somebody. Oh yeah, somebody's posting a
shipping
lot of stuff in the
container
Discord over there.
related posts. Yeah,
I mean, maybe that's the
I
whole
misunderstood
DIY.
the
Maybe that's. I mean, like, I get the appeal of shipping container things because at its heart, I think that's what you know,
I've seen some
life hacks
really
are.
incredible shipping container homes and stuff like that, and they're cheap as hell. Because like a shipping container, like when you're buying one of those,
Yeah.
it's like 3 or 4 grand, I
Well,
think.
I mean,
And so they are you can
I
get away with making a house for cheap if you
yeah, but I
know what you're
think okay, for cheap. I think that's the main problem with life hacks though. I feel like it's just people trying to find I mean like they're literal hacks. I mean like in the sense of like I'm using like a cheat code basically to do this thing that I usually do. But the problem is that generally the reason people don't do these things or they're not common knowledge of like, as a way to do these things is because there's a good reason not to do them that way. And in a lot of
doing.
cases
Okay,
with
so
life hacks, go ahead.
on that note,
Yeah.
a subreddit you might want to check out is DIY, but
Mm.
it's DIWHY.
DI double wait. Okay.
WHY, like why did you do that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do it.
DIY, and it's like it's just a whole bunch of like fucking shitty life hacks that are
Use a
one of them
shoe
is
as your purse. Oh,
well
see,
the
this is
second
already
one is like
promising.
don't throw away an old power strip, and it's like they just took out the power plugs and put fucking tea candles in them. Like
Oh my
they're
god.
so
No,
this is
it's
exactly
real.
this is a board of exactly what we're
Oh
talking about.
no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it became I guess it's still a thing because these are still getting posted, but I guess for me, I felt like the peak was in a couple years ago, and according to Google Trends, it kind of was because
Okay,
it. I mean, like it
4chan.
hasn't really gone away though. That's the thing. It's just trended downwards. Like it's still where it was. Like hold on, let's go further 5 years. Because I feel like the phrase wasn't super. I feel like it definitely peaked at one point, or like it like grew to popularity. Like when my parents started talking about life hacks, that's when I knew it had kind of like reached. That's kind of yeah. Okay, 2013 onward to 2015, and then ever since then, I'm wondering what these January, they go in cycles. It's weird. January. I wonder if it's like
What
holidays, maybe like every new
people
holiday, someone
trying to
starts looking for.
make Christmas presents or something like that?
Yeah, maybe.
Like trying to make gifts out of stuff or something?
This is incredible. Don't
Because
throw
it's
out your
they're
old
all
power strip. Use candles. That's almost seems like. I mean, like again, you kind of have to wonder like some of these could be just 4chan jokes. Like I feel like, oh no, is this what is this a steampunk guitar lamp? No,
yeah.
steampunk
A lot of
guitar lamp.
like
Steampunk
the
guitar lamp.
so I remember seeing specifically. I think it's the
This
third
is
one on there
terrible.
the other day where it's like, oh yeah, I'll just whip this right up. Uh,
Ugh.
and like I remember starting to watch it and being like, oh
It's
great,
just.
another fucking colored pencil wood project. And then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I didn't realize what board I was on. I thought I was on DIY or something like that because this is like
It's.
the crafty like
Ugh.
thing to do right now is to
Well,
use colored pencils and then make it a bowl, and then
I've
it's like,
seen
oh,
those,
you
but
can see all the colors.
yeah, and I mean like
But
they're
then
it goes in
It's
like
like
levels. Like there's
it's like 3
definitely
minutes of making this dumbass sign that is like it's it's like an inch thick, and so he took such a huge amount of material to make something so fucking pointless.
oh
And I was like, what
yeah
is this?
yeah I think like life hacks have to be like on like some level like easy to do, at least on the surface level. Like they have to seem like something someone can look at and be like, oh, whoa, I can do that. That's something I can do. I don't need to be a craftsman. I can use a life hack. I can be smart and make something cool without having any skills or any kind of like real supplies. But then on its
That was
level, it's like just as easy to actually like make the thing. It only seems easier when you include like mundane items that people are like, I have that in my house. I can
well,
definitely
that
do
was
that.
one of the that was a number of the comments on that colored pencil one that I watched because the dude uses like uh, bandsaws and CNC routers and like all these things that nobody has,
Mhm.
and it's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, just go ahead and do this,
And I mean
and
like I
it's
think
like
there
the
is like
rest of the fucking
it's
owl.
I think they're similar to the like recipe, uh, like kind of like gifs of like people making food, where it's kind of satisfying just to see them getting made, even if you're not gonna make them yourself. But I don't know. Like I think there's definitely like a filming technique.
DIYs remind me of surrealist sculpture. Yeah, some of them can definitely feel that
They
way.
just keep
You just look
yeah
at it
like
and go,
why like it's like
why?
oh it defies any purpose or function. So I guess I could see. Wait, what is this? I have so many questions. I want to get to the end of
Yeah,
this
well,
one that I'm watching right now.
Sailor Boy, I feel like a lot of the stuff that comes from those Instagram and YouTube channels gets reposted here because it's just like I feel like a lot of it is just like crafty mom projects to do with kids
And we
and
need
just to get
yeah
like a bajillion,
I
shares
knew
or
this is where it was
whatever.
going. They're making umbrellas. I think they're trying to make functional umbrellas.
No, they're making like paper drink umbrellas. It looks like I don't know. I'm watching on the stream what you're looking at.
Yeah.
They look like martini umbrellas, but
Wait, no,
yeah,
it
it's
just took
just
a
a bunch
twist.
of
It
like
just took a twist. There's a twist coming. Oh my goodness.
oh, they're for your shoes.
What the? Why is a good
Um,
question.
shoe umbrellas.
Oh, wow. I did not see that twist coming. That was out
But
of
it's like so
nowhere.
many of them are like clearly aimed towards the like I'm the suburban stay-at-home mom, and like just kind of weird shit like that where it's like, oh, today let's make pillows out of an old shower curtain and some junk from outside or something like that. And it's just like, look how crafty I am. And so they end up just being stupid and like fishing for mundane projects, and then that's how you end up in this cycle of like whatever the hell you're watching now where they're
Yeah, I
gluing
don't know
sticks
where it's
together.
going.
I have no idea.
Just when you think there's more to it, there definitely isn't. This reminds me. I mean, like we could easily get into the cooking. Wait, what? So that is it? Oh my god! I was
Yeah,
like, they're
it's
gonna
probably
cut it.
just like
They
a
have to
wood.
cut it. They literally
No,
told me in the title, and I still wasn't ready for them to stop. Like I was like, there's more. You're gonna sand it. You're gonna something. Ceiling light made of a
yeah,
motorcycle engine.
McBurg, but I just
Hey,
I
that's
have
not.
too much time on my hands collection.
That's not
Oh,
the
there you go.
worst.
There's some surrealist sculpture. Let's take a
Yeah.
ton of. You just scrolled right by it. That
Oh, the one you wanted to see? I was looking at the motorcycle
no,
engine.
It was like a.
Waterfall in a
I don't
cup.
know.
That's not too
Yeah, it looked
bad.
like
That's something. I wouldn't want that in a home or anywhere near me, but it's definitely
it just
something.
looks like a bunch of like you just take a caulking gun or hot glue and just run it over and over and over again down a something. Like
Oh my
it
god.
just looks like trash. Oh yeah, here we go.
What are you looking
I
at
don't
now?
know. It's the oh god. Somebody made like cups out of Barbie
It just
legs
keeps
and
getting
parts
worse.
and stuff.
You know, usually when you get to a subreddit, you have to go to like top of all time or like top of the month or whatever to get the good stuff. But
I'll drop it in the chat
what
so
are
we
we looking
can.
at?
Now I'm having fun kind of.
Jesus.
McBurg has
In the
really
Discord, that's a hell of an image Mouse just posted in Discord.
McBurg has
Oh,
really changed how I look at this stuff
I think that's what happened. I think
by
like
like bringing surrealist sculpture into it. Now I'm just looking at it like fuck.
all right,
Like
let me see if I can post this on so it pops up on stream. Hold on. It's this feels like what happened to Sid at the end of Toy Story. Like, oh my gosh, you're still posting more. I gotta critique, this one real fast because I don't know who would want these things unless you were already into dolls, maybe. At which point, like, I guess
Why
if you
would
brought
you?
out these, you'd be
This is
like,
like
oh, of
what you
course they
do
have
with
these,
your
like, for dolls, like doll drink holders or whatever. This
just
seems like,
supporting the like suburban mom theory. It's like if you just have
yeah.
your child's broken dolls, what can you do with them instead of throwing out that $30 Barbie doll or whatever?
No, fan
You
theory. This
fucking
is this is Sid's
glue a
mom
cup
from the
to it.
original Toy Story. This is where he got his like little fucked up. I'm gonna make a bunch of creepy toys by breaking them apart and putting them back together. This is what his mom was doing. So it wasn't even fucked up behavior on his part. This was just standard. This is all pretty standard stuff. He was like, oh yeah, I can just do this with my toys because my mom is making these like abominations. So this must be
Holy
usual.
shit!
Did you find more? I don't want. I'm morbidly
I'm
curious at
just
this
gonna
point.
read the title because
Okay.
I don't know how everybody feels about this kind of thing, but there is a picture,
Oh
and it
no.
says Dutch man makes or makes lamp from amputated leg. So he got his own leg amputated
Wow.
and made a lamp with it.
I guess
That's
that's
on there if you want to
reuse.
find it.
That's recycling. That's good. I don't want to see it.
Not
I don't.
really.
I don't
It's
think.
it's
Oh
literally
god.
like a leg in a vat with a lamp with a
Oh
light on
god.
top.
Oh
Like
no 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 no.
it's
That's not what I
pretty
wanted. That's not what I wanted. I
it's
was thinking like
pretty
ashes or
bad.
something or oh
Nope.
god.
No, it's literally like a leg in a jar, like
So
you would
I.
see in a science lab.
Oh my god. I was thinking like. Oh yeah,
Nope.
we can do DIY. There won't be as risk of like much like because I was worried about going spending the day on 4chan that we would just like inevitably run into something terrible, and I kind of did. I
I
think I
feel
did
like
post
we've
a burn victim on the
I
stream,
feel like
but
we've shifted over to DIY at this point.
yeah, I think we're all
I feel
in on
like it was a good.
DIY. Okay, see these are the ones I've heard about. People making actual tools out of like pins and stuff. Are you okay? So I'm
Yeah.
let me post it into the Discord. This is the take a working soldering iron and destroy it to make a slightly less convenient one out of a glow plug. Like I think this is a good uh uh embodiment of what's happened to DIY. Like I think but it's also kind of interesting now that I think about it because hold on, I'm doing gestures IRL, which is a
Oh,
good
good.
sign
It's
that I
not
need to be
audio.
actually animating and but no, it's like so the thing is I think this is and it's like at the core of life hacks versus DIY. Like DIY is about like, oh, how do I, do this useful thing?
Yeah, it's
And
trying to learn. DIY is like trying to learn a craft or learn how to make something, whereas this is
yeah,
like
this is
trying to be clever, but due to the nature of like needing to constantly come up with content, it just ends up being retarded.
how to burn your hand and your house down, the life hack. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I mean like I think it was I saw a
Oh, they're
YouTuber.
trying to add a switch to it so you don't have to plug and unplug. That's the logic of this soldering iron one, I think.
Wait, what? You're supposed to
So
wait?
with a typical soldering iron, you don't have a switch on the handle. You just plug it in and it heats up. And I think what this
Uh,
is trying to do
uh,
is adding a switch
uh,
to the handle so you can just turn it on and off,
I
which is stupid.
I don't know if that's worth a
But
fire hazard, but
I know
sure.
I'm like trying to see what the original logic was behind it, and
I
I
mean, I
think
think
that's
there's
where they're
like
coming from because that's all they did was add a switch to the handle. And so if unplugging a soldering iron to make sure that it's off is just too much effort for you,
well, okay,
then
so let's talk about for a second William Osman. I think that's his name.
I
He's a
don't know
guy
who
I
that
showed
is.
you before, and you hated him, but I love him. And it, literally, his entire channel just comes down to he's using like just basically coming up with stupid projects, and he's just doing very dumb ideas just to see if he can make them work. You were not a fan of him because you were like he has all this equipment and all these supplies and all these ways of doing things, and yet he's making this stupid shit and I
No,
think that
I actually quite the opposite. I enjoy shit like that. So
I've
because like
shown you his channel and you were like, "Oh, this is making me mad." It's like an
I
example
watch
was,
him and I watch there's a Japanese girl that I follow, and like her whole channel is just making like dumbass equipment. No, I love having way too much.
okay,
Uh,
well, let me pull him up real fast because maybe you'll
I
recognize
know
him,
what
maybe
you're
you
talking
won't.
about. I know you're talking about.
Okay,
He made the scream to press the button controller that they did with Ego Raptor and stuff.
yeah. I thought I showed you him before and you didn't like it because I thought you were
Uh,
like, I like. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I saw this recently.
Hey guys, welcome back to another daily vlog.
He made a bike out of wood entirely, and just to see if he could. And I'm like, that's okay. So like, and to get back on track a little bit, I think that this is in some sense like a middle ground between life hack and DIY. So he's like applying actual useful skills and things that are like beneficial to you, and he did learn how to make a bike, but he did it in an interesting and like kind of like how do I put it, a atypical way, maybe.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely an idiot way to do this, but like that's what makes it entertaining,
But maybe
you
that's what's
know.
good about life hacks. Maybe at the heart of life hacks, they're just being less honest about doing things in a stupid way, but their real goal is to make things in an unconventional way that's more interesting. So, I
I
mean,
feel like DIY, especially when you get to like the DIY part of it, is like
this is definitely a
people just
why. I think
trying.
I think wood bikes are
Uh,
very much a why. You see
but
what
like
I'm
the
saying?
man's got skill and is like clearly. I feel like his DIY, you have to kind of come down. I don't know. It's a difference between like a quality meme and a shit post almost. You know what I mean? Like
Ah,
his
okay.
like there's craftsmanship here, but like when
Awareness
you
is the
go to
key.
DIY, yeah. And so when you go to DIY and like here's a picture on here, somebody bedazzled their fucking airbag in their car and it's just gonna destroy their face when it goes off. Like that's people attempting to be crafty, but actually it's just shit.
I'm excited
But
about
like
this what I'm watching right now.
whereas he's like I want to accomplish this ridiculous task and I have the means to do so. So it's
Yeah,
like
I mean, it's I think so. Awareness is like
it
being
was
self-aware and obvious about how stupid what you're doing is, first and foremost. This
yeah.
guy's sawing a
There's like
brick.
a
But wait, what? He's not done. He's still doing something else with the brick. I don't know what though. Is he
there
just turning it
was
back into mud? This
there
is.
was a
I'm
video I
excited. There's
watched a
drama to
long
this one.
time ago. I can't even remember what it was like about,
Hmm.
but I think it was about the B movie or something like that, like that
Yeah.
meme for a while.
Oh,
But
oh.
the guy summed up like what those memes are, and like it summed up what I like about a lot of stuff like William Osmond's channel and that Japanese
Just
girl, and it was like he described it as a workman-like commitment to an arbitrary premise, and like I feel like that is what's happening here. It's not
okay.
just trying to be like a DIY. He's like, I'm gonna do something retarded, but like I
Yeah.
have a really high technical skill and I can make it happen, and I love that shit because I do that shit, and it's very entertaining to me to see somebody who has like a high amount of resources
Hmm.
and a high amount of technical skill be like, you know what, I'm
Well,
gonna make a fucking bicycle out of wood or like
yeah,
some
I mean,
shit like that.
I guess I'm not saying like obviously I'm a fan of William Osmond and the work he does. I guess I'm just trying to see
I'm
what
trying to
the
find this other
dividing
channel.
line is between, like this what I'm watching over here, which seems to be, I still don't even know. I think they're making concrete out of a brick. Like they just deconstructed a brick and they're now turning it into like a tiny mini concrete brick. It seems. I don't even know. Like the drama is killing me on this one. I
it
can't tell where
it
we're
looks
going.
like they're making bricks for modeling,
Oh, they're
and
turning. Oh, I don't know.
so
It's
they're
such a
turning a large
wide.
brick into little bricks.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
know,
it looks
man.
like to me. But I'm
But
trying to
like
find this other channel that I was talking about just so you can.
the Japanese girl you were talking about.
Yeah, it's like Muda Zukuri. I will, and it's Wasted Creations is like the channel playlist, but it's like she literally made like
They're still
she
going.
modded she made a case
What
for
is
her
this?
iPhone
What is this?
that
What is it?
when she took a picture, it would move a fake finger down into the way, so every picture looked like she accidentally put her thumb in front of the fucking
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah,
lens,
I like that. I like
and like
that.
just completely
Oh my
asinine
god, it's a
stuff.
ring? Hold on. I think this is a ring they're making. I can't. Is it done? It's done. I think they're done. I can't tell. Oh my god. Wait, no, they're still going. It's not done. Shit, it just keeps going. What is this? Or is it? I can't tell. They're
Oh, it
they're they're
might be a
showing it
brick
off
ring.
now. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Yes,
linking one
it's done. It's finally done.
linking one in the Discord, and it's this girl, and she literally makes like
A Titanic machine.
Yes, it's a Titanic machine,
All
and
right, let's pop
so
it in.
it's for when she puts her arms out like the girl in the movie, and then like a head and fake arms like come around her waist. And so it's just like a completely.
Okay. Well, I
But
mean,
she's
like,
got
this is. I'm
good
not.
programming and maker skills, and then, like all of her shit is just so ludicrous.
It's
And I
good.
love that kind of stuff.
It's good,
But
but so I
it
mean,
is that like self-awareness that
it's important. And then what's
makes
her
it.
name? There's another the shitty robot creator lady. She's
Yes,
also
her
great.
also.
But I guess my point is like, could we relabel the whole DIY subreddit as a whatever genre this stuff is? Would that be all of a sudden, like, would it make those acceptable again, or was it like the people who were into those things only liked them for that reason? Like, I feel like they're all kind of in this. They got the same energy going on, like same energy of,
See you later,
you know.
Juiced.
Oh, sorry, Juice. Thanks for hanging out, man. Okay. Hey, Fergus here. Hey, man.
Also, welcome.
Fergus, a long time first poster on my videos. Welcome, man. Glad you can make it. We're watching whatever the hell this is. But so but like Sailor Boy also mentioned concrete barbells, which I think is like an old standby of like, you can, but should you? And it's such a thin line. Now we're watching
Well,
this, and it's like, I
old
think this is
free
very
weights and
apparently a
stuff
joke.
used to be filled with concrete. I think.
Yeah, so like that makes sense.
Sort of.
It's all in the spirit of creativity. Every time I get back to this subreddit, I get a little nervous because it's just like, this antique store was selling candles that have been glued to rocks. That's a good one. DIY coffee, concrete. See, I bet, like, I mean, some of these are kind of cool. Like, I mean, I'm kind of liking some of the ones I'm seeing on the DIY subreddit. Found the Methmobile for sale, only $200. It is definitely a shopping cart with an engine attached to it, and I am all about that. See, that's not.
That is something that it's like.
This is awesome.
I would have fun making and riding that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
Would you sell it after you were done with it?
Of it.
I mean,
Fuck
I could
no.
see someone
It's
buying
like
it.
garbage.
I mean, is it garbage or is it a go kart? One way or the other.
I would
or
hate
you can
to
sell
it and then like have somebody invariably kill themselves in it or something like that. Like I can take responsibility for my own shit.
Yeah.
You know, if I built a go-kart out of a shopping cart and like what appears to be a lawnmower engine.
Yeah. I mean,
and then I got a crash and died. Like that's my fault.
yeah,
You know?
I
But, like,
guess you could.
wouldn't
I
put
mean,
that on someone else.
even if you're not morally bothered by it, you're definitely like you could be sued. Like it's very easy.
The schedule for the show is we have been.
We've been doing like towards the end of the week on. We've been doing about.
We've been trying to do Thursdays. Something came up last week, so we've been aiming for Thursday, Friday.
We're just kind of figuring it out still. We've only done about like 2 streams like this, 3 streams now.
Fleshing it out a little bit.
But yeah, just look for us towards the end of the week around this time, and that's generally when we do it. And yeah, Ferger probably remembers you from our Tonight.net episodes, because he's been following the show for a while. So I'm glad to have you with us, bud. Yeah, we're trying to do these more often, McBurg. I think they're definitely fun for me. I usually do animation and stuff, so this is a relief, and it's a big like stress reliever to be able to make a lot of content that I don't have to spend put 15 hours into 30 seconds or whatever. It's just something I can kind of crank out quickly, and I enjoy interacting with you guys and looking at the Methmobile. Like, good God, that's awesome. I want one. I might pay $200 for this, crash it, and then sue the person who made it. I know you can. I believe you. And then I can sue you, and then it'll be great, and then we can talk about it. Remember the time I sued you when I crashed the grocery cart?
We could just
see. This is okay. Yeah, this subreddit definitely suffers from the old so bad it becomes awesome kind of thing, because like I enjoy this a lot. This is great. I'm messing up animations. This is amazing. Like, I think this goes beyond like,
this is bad. That's another interesting aspect to it. Because Sailor Boy said I'd definitely make something like the Methmobile.
Yeah, let's go back to the Methmobile. It's incredible.
I think that there's a line there between what you make versus what you make and try and show off. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like everybody secretly is like, "Fuck yeah, that thing's sweet," but then like trying to be like, "Look at this thing that I made," is like a whole different level of it.
What I
You know?
want is an Instagram
I also agree,
how-to.
Sailor Boy. The motor could be a bit bigger. I would use probably
It
a
looks like is it like a
motorcycle
bike
engine.
motor or something? What is that?
No, it looks like a lawnmower engine.
Oh my god, that's even better though. That's just all the aesthetics of it right there.
Well, that's like what 4 horsepower or some
There you
garbage.
go.
Like I
That's
would
all you
do it.
need. Or unless you're like
Heck
over a
no.
certain weight.
I've
But
got like I've got extra motorcycle engines here that I could put on that thing, like a little
nice.
250
Oh my
cc
god. You
situation,
see,
and just
so what's the
ruin
line?
everyone.
Where do we draw the line between like, oh, like that's a waste of time and this is awesome? Like,
Well,
I think deconstructing a soldering iron to make it shittier or slightly better. Like I don't
I feel
remember.
like it comes down to intent too, because like you can tell with a lot of these like DIYs that it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, we run a creative channel that mom's subscribed to, so we got to come up with a new thing to do every day.
Yeah, there is that kind of
Where it's
spirit of like, why did you
the
even do this?
clearly, yeah, the clearly like soulless. You know, I'm just trying to make shit out of shit so that I can post.
I agree with McBurg. It looks
Versus
like it would be hard to sit in. I don't think my legs would
something,
fit very well in this thing.
yeah, that's the downside to me too. Is I'm a bit too big to be fitting in a golf
I
cart
would have
or a
trouble fitting inside it.
shopping
Yeah, a
cart.
shopping cart already. Uh-oh.
But
What are they doing with an Oreo? What is
but
happening
like
with the Oreo? Oh no, it's a USB drive. That's...
oh
Oh my
yeah, I saw
god.
this one.
Oh,
They just
it's already
roll it
over.
up and put a flash drive in it, and it's like
Okay, so it wasn't like an actual Oreo though, was it? It
no,
didn't
it
look like it.
was.
Oh
It
no.
was. They took the cream out of the center and then either
What
used
the
the cream
fuck?
or like a polymer clay to like make. But like
Oh my
that's what I'm talking about.
god.
It's like nobody was like, it's a good idea to make a Oreo into a fucking thing. Like that just screams of
I feel like they need subcategories though, because I feel like some of these are clearly just like I was bored, so I made a thing, and then
right.
others of these are trying to intentionally like draw you in and keep your focus, or possibly even like in the worst case scenario, misinforming you. Categories of functionally ludicrous. Yeah, I like that. I like that, McBurg. I think that's a good one. Functionally
Like that
ludicrous.
looks like it looked like a condom opener that you just had like
Yeah, yeah.
on there. That's fucking brilliant. Like that's
You
clearly
like
somebody
that
who
one?
has
I would classify that as like
but
very not
that's
fun, very kind of
that's like
sketchy.
the YouTube channel. Like it's clearly unnecessary, but like looking at it, you can tell that he is a person of like a craftsman spirit. Like he
Uh,
clearly knew what he was
I
doing
guess.
to make that work.
I like the title of it though, which is like, could you imagine going to someone's house and they whip this thing out? Like, one, how many condoms are you opening? Two, why are you having trouble opening condoms so much that you felt the need to do this? But
See, I didn't
oh my
get
god,
that
this
good
is
of a
also
look
incredible
of
right
it,
here.
and I can't like find it. But I thought it had like loaded, like it was backloaded with condoms. Like you just pull it out and it opens it as you pull it out.
Oh my god. Well, Sailor is saying that it was printed with 3D parts, so that takes it from not only just being like an hour-long thing you tried to fix, but you had to print it for considerably, like probably a large amount of time if you didn't have a very good
And see,
printer.
that's that workmanship, you know,
Workmanship.
workman like dedication to an arbitrary premise that I
Okay.
fucking love.
Just finished
Like
my
it.
second creepy crochet baby. My husband hates my new deformed arm children. So is it?
Ugh.
Does it all come down to self-awareness? Is that the key? Like, if you know you're
I
wasting
feel like
time, or
I
you're not
feel
trying
like
to
to
be
me
dishonest about it?
it to me that makes a difference. So it's either like something that is like genuinely helpful, or like you know it's ridiculous, but you over engineer it
Oof.
just for the sake of like being able to do it.
Okay, now we're into a different category now on the screen. This is definitely somebody set up a PlayStation, and it looks like they had trouble. They didn't have the proper plug,
Oh no.
so they used this is a new category. We
I
had
don't even think that
functionally
counts as
ludicrous.
DIY.
Yeah, I
That's
think
just
this
like
goes beyond functionally ludicrous, and this is now into functionally dangerous. I think that could be a whole new category of that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Like, I think that people who are doing this kind of thing, and then also branding it as here's a quick way to, like, is your plug for your PlayStation gone? Just do this. Like, that's actually dangerous. This is the kind of thing
See,
that starts
I feel
fires.
like this doesn't even belong on DIY. Like, I feel like this
It's a
belongs
whole
more
new
on like
thing.
our OSHA or something like that, where it's like this is clearly just an
OSHA.
unsafe
Oh my god. I
way
mean,
to like try and do something. Like, I feel like there's a difference between DIY and like just trying to fucking rig something.
this is, I mean, okay, I don't know enough about like electronics or anything. But what I do know is like this could just shoot off sparks, couldn't it?
Oh, this is like a nightmare
Like I know
because
enough about
I
electronics to
know.
know this is a bad idea.
Well, and looking at that plug, and I don't know what generation of PlayStation that is,
Yes,
but
very Darwin
I
Award. I agree.
I yeah, I don't think that one has a transformer up the line. I think that's just wall power in those screws, which is like
Ooh,
that's a fucking problem.
that's a problem. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
this is really well thought. I
like
mean, how long do you think they could keep
that's
this
not
going?
DIY. That's like how to kill yourself.
I
Like
mean,
that's
is there a safe
pretty.
environment you could do this in and not have to like worry about your entire house burning
If
down? Like, is
if
there
well, theoretically,
theoretically? Let's do it. Let's
as
dive
as
in.
long as there are contacts in there and it maintains the contacts in there, that could work.
I
But I would
guess.
never want somebody touching it or near it or whatever. Like if it gets dusty or something accidentally connects those two pins, like
Anything could go
you're in
wrong. Like
trouble.
just the. I mean, I almost wonder if this belongs in its own like jackass version of DIY. Like I would watch that show. Like take like the kind of William Osmond
Well,
spirit
that's
and
what.
then apply it to here's some stupid shit we're gonna do. And I think there's actually an electrician
So
on YouTube who does that, who just like catches himself on fire constantly and stuff like that.
yeah, he does intentionally do bad things, like hurt himself, like as an example of like what not to do. But he's also a pretty good.
Electrician, so he
If we're
actually
talking about the
knows.
same guy, yeah,
Yeah, he's been on Reddit
like
several
so he
times.
knows how to like hurt himself in a way that is safe for him, but still examples the point. But
Ghetto
our
DIY.
our OSHA is a pretty good one for
Oh,
that,
is that a
where
real
it's
thing? I
like,
thought you were joking when you said
yes,
that. That's
no,
funny. Oh,
no,
very
it's
nice. Hey, very nice. I don't know how long we're gonna be streaming for. We usually try. We like our record is like 2 hours, but usually 30 minutes of that is technical difficulties. I think we'll be streaming for at least another hour. What do you think, Mouse?
yeah, I can probably do 30 minutes or an hour,
Okay, we'll
something
figure it
like
out.
that in
Just
there.
keep. I mean, I'm hoping we're
Yeah,
trying to get longer and longer as we go, but we're both busy, busy people. Uh, but yeah, I like the idea of. I
but
think the
like
guy you're talking about. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
I was just saying, our OSHA is a lot of that like ghetto DIY of like just people trying to like make shit work in an unsafe way.
Oh
Like the
God,
second top
already.
post is like no jack, no problem, and it's just a car up on bricks. And it's like, but they're two stacked bricks. It's not
Oh
even like
no.
cinder block, like two stacked bricks of like. And
Yeah, there
so
it is.
it's
I
a
see
lot
it
of
now.
unsafe work crap. Somebody on a
Oof.
15-foot ladder welding on the roof. Like it's just a lot of that kind of like, let me put screws in my PS4 so I can
Yeah. Oh no. Just
wire termination with masking tape.
taking 15 seconds before disaster feels like. Is it this whole subreddit? It feels like. I don't like
But
this
it's like,
subreddit.
so
It just makes me feel
there's
very nervous and uncomfortable.
right, there's like clearly,
Weak.
oh,
Weak. If you
audio
can't read what that
sniffer.
says. Jesus. Let's go back to the
uh
safety of our DIY. Hold on.
but yeah, like there's definitely like a slide of like what's actually helpful, what's just kind of stupid, what's stupid with a purpose, and then like what's just fucking
I think
retarded.
we could definitely do
You
a
know, like
scatter
what is
plot of
unsafe.
like usefulness versus stupidity, and then like awareness, or no, usefulness versus like
Like
dysfunction.
pointlessness,
Yeah,
maybe.
uselessness versus
Yeah,
pointlessness, and then stupidity versus
like the one that
self-awareness, maybe.
the one that
Like,
you're looking at right now, where they're melting army men
yeah,
together in an
I've seen
oven
this
to
one
make like
before.
a
It's great.
bowl.
I actually kind of like this one
Like
a little bit.
why?
I think it goes back to the like it's become so stupid now that it's gone full circle, and I kind of like it.
Oh
And if I
god,
saw
they're
this,
spray painting gold.
yeah, if I saw this at a Goodwill or something like that, or like some pawn shop or something, I would definitely like at least consider purchasing it. If it was like $5, I probably would go for it, just like on an impulse buy, because this is kind of great. I actually enjoy this. I think it's a fun idea, even though I don't think they resemble army men. I don't think I'd spray paint it either.
But you could.
Like, this would make for fun. Like, if you had kids or something, that might be kind of fun.
I like that you were like, but that's the whole premise of these things. You're like, oh, I'll go to the thrift store and buy this for $5. But it's like, if you have 2 bowls, a bag of Army Men costs like 50 cents. Like, you could make this for less than that $5 investment.
But that would take time, and I'm a very busy person. I can't afford to make all my own Army Men bowls. I'm too busy. I could go and sell them back online, make a profit.
Are you ready for a life hack? Are you ready for a life hack?
What's up?
If you put that in the oven at the same time you're cooking, you can do 2 things.
Oh shit, you're right. I could save so much time.
Definitely not poison yourself.
I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm looking at right now. This is a very, again, it feels suspenseful. I don't know where it's going. Is it a life jacket? It's a life jacket. It's a life jacket. Don't ever do that. That goes into the category of why you don't ever. Oh my god.
Yeah, cloth is not a waterproof.
Okay. So where would you rate this? We need to like draw up a scatter plot because I think now we've cracked the code.
This is clearly uninformed mom trying to be crafty.
So we're gonna rate this in the negative. This is unaware,
and also like hazardous and
like deadly,
like not recommended. But like, look at how it's produced. It's clearly produced, and it has like that 5-minute craft like thing right on there. So it's like clearly part of the like, we have subscribers to keep up with.
I can't.
Let's come up with something stupid to post every day, and then like, where's the don't actually do this, you idiot? Like,
so it's not practical. We can say that. I don't think these bottles could support much. And also the shirt itself, like, even videotaping it, you can see her frantically kicking to like try and stay above the water when she's testing it out.
Also, and I don't know how true this is for other places.
Sorry, buddy.
But I know in a couple of places that I've lived, you can get life jackets for free.
Yeah,
like,
they're not like that
costly.
Ones. I mean,
but there's such a safety like imperative that a lot of places will just be like, do you need 1 or 2? Here you go. Like, they won't be comfortable or great, but there's no reason that you need to like.
I gotta stop looking at this one. It's making me angry.
Tie his shirt together.
This seems like something that like an anti-vax mom would definitely buy or make for herself because she's distrustful of lifeguard or like life jacket producers.
Yeah, it definitely has that suburban mom feel. I'm not going to wade into the.
Oh yeah, we don't have to get political. Don't worry.
Yeah, it definitely seems like.
Oh my gosh! No! I'm so mad at this. Personal ice cream bowl. I'm just not. I can't believe it's come. This is okay. See, I feel like this is definitely its own category of like. I mean, it goes. So
somebody's making a gas mask out of a bra, but it's like a.
Oh man, see that one I can see is like an art project or something. That definitely seems like abstract sculpture at that point. Weaponized femininity or something like that. Surviving toxic masculinity. That could definitely be. I mean, it writes itself. It'd be so easy.
I'll drop it in the Discord so you can.
But okay, so if you can see it on the stream right now, I'm looking at a personal ice cream bowl
somebody made. A dust mask.
Okay, I mean, like, that's something you can make with like regular fabric, right?
So you can just buy a disposable dust mask. They're not expensive.
But I mean, like, I think you can also just like wear a T-shirt. I think that's what like most people do if you're in that scenario where you feel like you need to make a bra. But
that's what I do when I work with fiberglass.
Oh my god.
Our ocean.
Jeez. But no, so like this ice cream bowl just feels like this is like the epitome, I feel like, of when LifeHacks started going downhill, where you're literally just making your life. It doesn't even make your life any easier. It's literally just taking something that was functional and making it do the exact same thing, but less functional. Like, it's not as functional anymore. You can't reseal it.
That's
you can't
like
put it
kind of how we started with the with that soldering iron.
The soldering iron still worked though. You're literally looking at like a thing that is much worse at what it's supposed to do. Like, it's taking away function. You were saying like at least was trying to accomplish something, right? Like the soldering iron, it was trying to make something else.
I saw what they were trying to do, but it makes the soldering iron less wieldy and potentially less safe.
So so on the y-axis, let's say you have functional versus dysfunctional, and then on one side you have
or functional versus like purposeless, because there's a difference between, you know, failing your purpose like this ice cream bowl clearly has, and then something that like does not have a purpose like that Titanic robot. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like, okay, so like the Methmobile, that's what it was called. The Methmobile, I think that served some purpose, and it was to be cool. Like, it was a cool thing. Like, it wasn't like functional, but it had some purpose.
It seemed to me like it was like I want a go-kart but don't have materials, so this is what I got.
Or like I wonder if I can turn this golf or this shopping cart into a vehicle. Like, I feel like that has some purpose, I guess. So maybe purpose is the better word rather than function. You had purposeless, so maybe
I feel like purpose maybe is a better.
Like, this doesn't seem to exist for any reason other than to be like, we gotta come up with something. Ice cream. Let's turn it into a cut in half.
Just like
bowl.
that, like the life jacket one. It's like we clearly need to just have something to post to our, like, you know, Craft Mom forum.
Yeah, Sailor Boy mentioned A Normal Day in Russia, and I do feel like a lot of these. It's interesting. I think it's like you see these in this new context.
The Venn diagram of a normal day in Russia and our OSHA are like pretty overlapped.
What I'm watching right now is pretty bad too. I think.
Did she just cut her own hair off?
Yeah.
To make like making a brush.
It's a makeup brush. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
A hot glue gun is a subreddit's logo.
Expensive.
I mean, I guess that's how they used to do it, probably.
A lot of them are.
All right, brace yourselves, going into all time.
Like, that's still a thing. But
we should get some ad sponsors because there's a lot of ads on here. I need to get ad blocker on here. I think somebody told me to do that last time and I already forgot.
Well, is there an ad blocker that works in incognito mode? Because I think that's the problem. Is that
really?
Yeah, because the regular pop-up blockers and stuff when you go into incognito mode don't function.
Oh my gosh, this person made a shirt out of underwear. I
mean, I remember that.
I don't know about this. This isn't the worst thing in the world. It's like,
it's pretty like
it's trashy.
Trashy.
Yeah, trashy. But it's like,
you have that handy chest pocket.
Oh my god! Like, this goes into its own category. Like, maybe we need another third access, or like it becomes 3D of just like, what should you? Like, maybe that's the ultimate question. Like, should you or should you not do these things? Like, that's maybe, so then you have intention. Like is the person aware this is a bad idea versus is the person dumb and they don't realize why this is stupid? And then you have next to that you have.
See, what I'm interested to know is the relation of the girl that is like modeling this versus who actually came up with it and did it. Is she just like, I'm the pretty face for this channel, so I have to do this, and she's like, ugh, this is retarded? Or is she like way into, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take old fucking underwear?
That's true. That's an interesting point. Like, if it was a general suburban mom, like, checking in on her Instagram every day, and these people were like, ugh, we need to post. What do we post? I don't know. Let's post something. Underwear shirt. But if it was a person who, like, it was the entire Instagram was just like, I'm turning underwear into fashion, and that was the entire thing, I would actually probably follow that. Even though I'm not, like, super into fashion, I'd be, like, interested to see, all right, man, what else can they do at this point? Like, they've already made everything into underwear. I can't imagine they're going to do anything, or, like, made everything out of underwear. What are they going to do now? Like, I would watch this. This is, like, but it all comes down to awareness, I think. Like, so at that point, it's just awareness
also,
again.
I'm going to look at this because I'm trying to find it here in top of all time. Because there seem to be, I don't know, I'm watching how they're making it and then how it's used and finding some discrepancies. So I'm trying to see if there's, like, steps that they have been
back again too.
Okay, I guess not, because it looks like when she cuts the crotch out of it, she cuts some of the stitching, and it's like, I don't know if that pocket would hold the way that it does.
Oh, you're actually looking to see how they did it?
I guess it would. Yeah.
I think I'm looking at another one right now where I'm not sure where they're going with it, and the suspense is coming. Is that a match? Oh god, they're gonna catch something on fire, and I don't know why. But oh god, this is just I don't even understand. Why? Why? What is the purpose? I don't understand where they're going with this. I'm sorry, because you're like behind me in terms of what I'm seeing, but
No, I'm
like
watching it now.
you're not. No, you're not even ready because I'm not even. I don't even know where it's going to. Oh my god, is it supposed to be a bomb? It's over? That's how it
I
ended? I
think
don't know what that was for.
It's just like a cigarette dispenser at parties. Is like
Oh.
you just like leave it out at parties and put a match with it. And so your friends can be like, "I'll have a smoke," and then there's like already a match in it.
And somebody was
Like it's
like, "But
just
I
a
wanted the Coke. I wanted just to drink a Coke, and I just have a Coke."
it's just like a help yourself cigarette
What the
arrangement,
hell?
I guess.
It's just so much. This has been an interesting one. I don't even know. These are just so yeah. I guess it's like an interesting little like result of like if you stick someone in a room and force them to come up with so many ideas, eventually things are gonna get started like getting like kind of abstract and confusing. And I think that's what this
Which
entire
reminds me
subreddit is
of
kind of all about.
another favorite channel of mine.
What's that?
Uh, it's a parody actually of this, but
What is it?
Alan Resnick, you're familiar with.
Yeah, I think that sounds
He
familiar.
does a lot of sketches for Adult Swim and like a lot of like the really creepy ones, like unedited footage of a
Oh,
bear and this house
right.
has people in it and
Wait,
stuff.
was he the one? He didn't do Too Many Cooks though, right? That was somebody else.
I think that was somebody else,
Okay.
but he has a separate channel called Alan Tutorial, and it's like
Oh, that
literally
sounds
just
good.
doing pointless tutorials over the course of like years, but they get gradually more like the fuck is going on. Like
Oh, Carol. That's Carol just said something really sweet in the chat.
it's
Thank you,
pretty
Carol. We're glad we can
interesting
help.
to go through.
Yeah, I mean Alan Resnick is
Because like
definitely. I know you're a huge fan of him, but I mean I guess we should go check that out because I'm
one
curious
of his
now.
videos is like how to crush a can, and it's just like um he's just trying to drop wood on a can. Like it's not even really anything, you know.
Alan, hey, I didn't spell it. Nice.
I think the channel is called Alan Tutorial, but
Alan Resnick tutorial. Look what Carol said. It was
hello,
super sweet.
Carol.
Yeah.
I
Right.
am glad you're enjoying the stream.
We're very good.
Procrastinating
We're very good at
is
procrastinating.
great.
Yeah, we're glad we can help. Oh god, these thumbnails, dude.
Oh
Oh
my god,
no, that's
it's it goes pretty off the rails towards the end. But like if you go towards his oldest video, some of them are like none of them are good. Don't ever go into it expecting to learn anything.
all right.
Because like some of them is like how to find wood, and he's like literally just lifting covers off of a board until he gets to the board. And they're all completely insane, but like it clearly goes downhill. And at one point, and this is why it reminded me of it, it's like he's actually locked in the room and like responsible for doing tutorials, because it's like he'll
Oh
do like a
really?
quick crappy tutorial and then like knock on the door and be like, I did one, I did it, and then they slide like $1 bill under the door, and it's like it
Oh, that's
becomes this
too real, dude.
whole.
I think that's probably actually how it is for some of these people.
But then he uses the $1 bills to like make a paper figure man that he interacts
He
with.
does it. Oh my god, I can't.
It's
That sounds pretty
it
good.
goes
I actually think I might have seen this
completely off
before
the
because that
rails.
sounds weirdly enough.
I've
That sounds familiar, and I don't know
probably
why, but
showed you some of it in the past, but it's like
oh god, the knife. That's so fucking
it's
ominous.
very meta.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I know
Way
you
out
love
there.
this guy too, because you're constantly showing me his new stuff and the things he's working on.
I just like I like his weird brand of kind of
Yeah.
implaceable horror and discomfort. Like I enjoy that kind of thing where it's like something's not right and I can't tell what it is right off the bat, and that makes it worse. And
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. I heard
I
someone.
really enjoy his work in that way, in the
I
same
think
way
it
that you would
was.
appreciate, I don't know, like older like Lovecraftian horror kind of stuff where
Yeah.
it's just like
No,
shit's weird and not okay and I'm not sure why.
I think it's. I think somebody. I heard somebody. I think it was Oni. On one of his like Let's Plays was talking about how he prefers. Like anytime something's trying to be scary, it's never as scary as just eeriness. Like something, the
Right.
feeling of something being off is so much more terrifying then
And I think like Alan Resnick is like so good at that. Like he goes down to like some of his videos, even the ones that are like less weird. It's like he'll go in and intentionally
where would you
like
classify this one? Would this be a weird one?
offset the audio track by like half of a millimeter so stuff doesn't add up, but you really can't notice, you know? It's just
Yeah,
kind of
just something
he's
that
good at
makes
that.
you like slightly like not like like uncomfortable.
It's like something that subconsciously you might pick up on and like therefore makes the whole thing weirder because I
I'm
think
not
somebody
sure if I'm
defined
enjoying this one
something
more.
being creepy as
I think I'm enjoying this one without audio, just because it's like it's almost more funny than anything. It's like it was titled, if you guys can't see it, "How to Make a Windmill," and I can hear him blowing on it right now.
yeah. The
This is like
title is
actually
below
led
the
to like
floor on the
YouTube's trying to get me
screen.
back on track. Look, they're trying to get me to autoplay to an actual like how to make a windmill.
But no, the audio is what does it a lot of the time because he speaks in like a weird child voice, like all this stuff.
That's
But
fun.
we're getting off
I
topic a
mean,
little bit.
yeah, but that's
Going,
okay. I mean, like I don't think
we're
we can.
still DIY, but
This is DIY. I mean, oh, I got another one we can check out. Give me a second. This one's
oh wait,
good.
is this the can one?
I don't know. This
What's the
is
title? I can't see
how
it.
to
It's
crush a
below
can
the
of
floor.
Dr.
Yes,
Pepper with slats of
this is
wood.
this is the one I was just talking about, and he just like tips the boards and like tries to hit the can with them.
Can
And
I
so
skip
it's like
ahead,
all
or am
you
I gonna
need
miss
is
some
a
good
drill and
content?
cans. And you can do whatever. You are the
I have the
pilot
power.
of this
It's my
ship,
mouse.
the captain of the
Oh my
ship.
god, this is stupid. I'm not gonna watch this. He's just trying to drill it and it keeps moving. Okay, I was gonna say let's go check out How to Basic, because I feel like that's in the same vein of tutorial content that we've been covering today. I like.
How to basic. I feel like if it's what I'm thinking of, it's
Oh, you have
also
to know who
very
How to Basic
self-aware
is.
and
Well, the thing that was so good
uh,
about How to Basic is
parody.
I think like it actually got in trouble for a while because YouTube had to crack down on what they called like misinformative videos, where videos like set
Oh,
off to be like intentionally like traps almost, like you click on one thing and it's something completely different. And so what's smart about these is like, oh my god, they've made so many. I remember watching these years ago. They're still I stopped watching them regularly, but so you see this one right here is how to make a banana split. So then you click on it. It looks like a regular video. You got a regular thumbnail. It's a pretty tasty looking banana split.
the one that just ends up throwing eggs at everything.
And then you're like, okay, this is like, wow, it's not as good. Like the thumbnail is like surprisingly high production quality, and then you get into the video, and it's just it's something quite different than what you're expecting, and it's only the videos are all about like a minute long, and then they kind of go downhill quickly. He kind of gets into, he's not really doing anything that he was intending, or you don't feel like you come out learning a lot, or maybe you do learn a lot. Maybe you learn so much that you're just like, I know a lot now about humanity and what we're capable of as human beings, but yeah, not so much how to make a sundae. He's very angry just the entire time, just so angry. Every single video is basically this. And what's crazy is he still gets so many views on the chocolate sauce. Don't forget the chocolate sauce on the fish. You got to add that. And he tickles it, and yeah, and then he slaps it one more time. It's good content, and I like these videos a lot because you can just, this is, I think, like at the peak of YouTube trolling, where you can just send somebody a link to something. And I think this was before the time of like thumbnails even. So you would see like the title of something, but then you would just be like, okay, let me watch this and figure out what this is. Or you could actually have stumbled upon one of these videos when trying to learn how to do something, and it was just
Now we've opened
incredible.
the door to like parody DIY. Like
Yeah, I mean, it's all on theme.
there's a
Still on
channel I
track.
like.
We're still doing good.
There's a channel I like. You suck at cooking, and it's
Oh, but
he
he's
actually
actually,
shows you recipes and stuff, but
yeah,
it's
I
done
love
in
you.
like a
Let's go look at
satirical.
him because he does a lot of.
And
He's technically an animator in my book. He does a lot of stop motion stuff that I enjoy. That's
oh,
very
I don't know anything that he does beyond that actually.
no, I mean like within the episodes. He does those little skits and everything.
Oh yeah, he also does like music and stuff like that
Yeah,
too.
I like that he incorporates a lot of the
There's another
jokes
one
and
I'm trying to
humor and
find
skits
that was like
into.
a fake cooking one.
Oh, so you weren't probably talking about this one, but
No, I was talking about this one. I like this one
okay.
a lot, but I'm trying to find the other one.
I agree. It's endearing, but this one's really good.
Because it always just ends up sad and tragic.
Oh God, that sounds terrible. But that also sounds right up your alley. I like
Like,
this guy a lot though, because like
humorous.
he's basically a comedy channel that I saw somebody on like describe him once as like a good chef or good enough of a chef, and that's what makes his channel so interesting because he's like so much of what he's doing is like he doesn't get caught up in the little like mundane things like, oh, make sure you do this but don't do this. He just like several times an episode he'll be like, oh,
Do this or
I
don't,
messed
who
this up,
cares?
but it'll probably be fine, and then it is fine, and then like it's just like a relief because so many times when you're watching people cook, they're describing all the little things you need to do, and you're like, oh, I forgot to do this, and did I just find a way to do like a hip thrust with my character? I think I did. That's gonna be useful later on. I'm gonna do this.
The one I was thinking of is Henry's Kitchen.
Henry's Kitchen. Hold on.
If you're looking it up, do Henry's Kitchen 3: How to Make Henry's Famous Spicy Shepherd Pie. Like
we're going
it's a
without
longer
audio
video.
though.
Yeah, it's a longer video anyway.
Henry's Kitchen.
But it's just
3.
like it's like intentionally poorly edited, and like in this one I think he's borrowing his neighbor's kitchen.
What was it called again? I think I just typed in Henry's Kitchen 3. Is it just that? Henry's Famous Shepherd Pie?
Shepherd Pie. Yeah, a lot of his videos are pretty good, and like just the general malaise that he discusses everything with.
We're rocking 480 people. This is good. This is how old is this? 2011. This is pretty ahead of its time if it's parody stuff. Because this was what 3 years after YouTube. That's pretty crazy.
In order to make shepherd's pie correctly, you really need to have a large kitchen, and so fortunately,
this is a lot slower. Oh, look, there's a person in the background. Who's that? Is that Grandma?
No, that's his neighbor.
Oh, it's his neighbor? What? Oh my
He's
God! This feels just like a cooking show. I kind of hate it.
Oh, but like it's edited so poorly, and like,
yeah.
Oh man,
it's good stuff. I might check it out later when I'm not stream.
It's worth watching, especially with audio, because it's like a lot of the audio cues are clearly what makes it. It's like,
I hate this already.
Like
I can kind of hear it in my headphones.
He's a depressed man trying to like make a cooking channel, and so like occasionally he'll like reference like, oh, my wife used to make cookies before she left, and like just like crap like that thrown in the side. Well, and there's one where he makes chili, and like it ends up just being like a burnt hockey puck in the bottom of the pan.
Oh my God!
Like,
this sounds. I like the early 2000s vibe of like because it feels like something that could be on Food Network with the like the motion graphics and everything in the background of it. But yeah, you guys should check that out. I'm gonna check it out. I don't really want to be a streamer who just watches other people's content.
No, yeah.
So I'm gonna make you guys go out and watch this. So this is Henry's Kitchen 3.
This is the rabbit hole that we kind of put ourselves into.
Yeah, I mean, like I think this is fine. Like kind of just giving a preview of this. Like you don't know what the context is, but all you need to know is that Mouse likes it, and you guys should check it out. So this is good stuff, apparently. I mean, like while we're doing cooking stuff, like I think we're kind of just going all around. I want to discuss a theory I have about binging with Babish, because I've been wanting to like express this idea for some time, but I didn't know. I've never had a venue for it, and nobody's ever cared. But now I have 8 people watching this stream, and you all have to listen to my crazy, insane theory. So I really love binging with Babish, and I think he's crazy. I think he's got to be the most successful food cooking like show on YouTube right now. And I've used his recipes and his videos a lot, and I think.
Oh man, I just realized we brought it full circle. We started talking about.
Oh, we did! We did it! Oh my God, you're totally right. We were on track all along. This was totally intentional. I did this on purpose. This was all the plan.
Shyamalan this whole.
Yes, the twist was that we were on topic the entire time. That's incredible. Thanks for joining us, everyone. No, we still got time. No, so, okay, my crazy theory. So, Babish does things with fictional food, right? He makes content that's all about, like, it's usually from some TV show or some movie or something, and then he makes a recipe off of it. And that alone, you probably could drive up a lot of subscribers, but there are already a lot of other YouTube channels that did that. I think one was like, it was like some nerdy kind of thing. Like they made video game food, and that was a big thing. But I think Babish has really good quality content. Like I'm not gonna knock that whatsoever. But the thing is, and like his editing is so clean and so precise. But here's the thing: when it comes down to like actually following these recipes, it's actually kind of challenging because he goes over stuff so quickly that you have to constantly be clicking back. And if you guys didn't know this, YouTube rewards people who rewatch your videos. So, my theory is the way he climbed to the top is by his editing being so quick and so rapid. If you're actually trying to follow along, it's impossible, and you basically end
you
up
have to,
watching
like,
the
loop
video
it
like
back and
5
have
to
to
10
watch it.
times trying to figure out what the hell it is he's doing and how to follow along.
Cheating the system.
He's cheating the system. He's a maniacal genius, and you all heard it here first. I was the first one to discover this, and but like it's not something that you can actually reproduce. That's the other genius part about it. Like I'm not recommending if you want to become famous, you go out there and make a lot of instructional videos that are impossible to follow along with. I don't think that'll get you there. He's clearly a talented guy. I think he was actually a videographer before, like a professional videographer first, and then he enjoyed cooking in his free time. And I love this guy. I think he's really fun to watch, but I'm super envious of just how big he's blown up, and I wish at some point I could get that big and then just buy and make a kitchen all for myself that's entirely for YouTubing, and then I could start my own cooking show. That's way too fast and hard to follow along with. But yeah, dude, we went all the way back and forth. We can go back to CK now. We can talk about that, and then I can use 4chan in my title of the video, and then that way I can draw in a bigger audience, because that's what happened with the incel thing, I think. For some reason, people really like me talking about 4chan. That's definitely where I'm getting a lot of my traffic. Like, that one video I made about V, everyone really enjoyed. I'm not sure if they enjoyed it, because a lot of people leaving comments on the video are very angry about the video and me talking about 4chan in general, but I also get more traffic on that video than I do any other video, so. Pumpkins are fruit. Let's dive into it, people.
What is there to dive into?
Is it a fruit? Bananas are a kind of berry. This guy's got all sorts of hot takes. Watermelons are also berries and are also related to cucumber. I think that's actually true. Like, that sounds reasonable.
I don't know if these are things to be debated or if he's just trying to, like, throw out little known technical facts.
Well, the way
it's like Daddy Longlegs isn't a spider. It's like, all right, you know.
I mean, that's kind of how 4chan works. Is like it's all about hot takes, because like if you say something on 4chan,
are arachnids. It's like, yeah, all right, fine.
Well, if you say something on 4chan that a lot of people disagree with, or a lot of people agree with you on 4chan about something, like I'm trying to think of an example. So if you say like Indiana Jones is a good movie, or like not even something that's like anything that's like controversial or uncontroversial on 4chan will not be discussed. Like that's just like I think that's contributed to why the site's so volatile and like its community and everything is like in order to have a discussion, it has to be a discussion worth having. So it means like a lot of things that are actually good don't end up getting discussed on 4chan because everyone's just kind of like, yeah, you're right, avocados are a fruit. But I think this guy's trying to generate discussion. Rhubarb is a vegetable. Cashews are seeds, not nuts. Peanuts are neither peas nor nuts. They're a legume. I knew that one. Had a quick discussion with my life management teacher once. She kept trying to tell us that a tomato is the fruit of a vegetable plant. Sure, lady, sure. What vegetable does the vegetable plant produce? It's a good question. Plants. Vegetable. Oh. But it can also produce tomato as a fruit. Some hot takes on this 4chan. Kiwis are berries. Oh, God. Oh, have you heard about this? I have heard about this. Originally, jack-o'-lanterns were made from turnips, which are vegetables. And
I could believe that.
It honestly makes a lot more sense looking at this guy. Like, I think it's definitely a much clearer reason why these were meant to ward away evil spirits compared to jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns are kind of cute. This guy wouldn't really describe as cute. CK doesn't have a lot going on. But I know.
I feel like.
Go ahead.
I feel like compared to our DIY delving, yeah, CK is pretty.
I might go
surface.
more. Well, I might go more into it in my own free time. But a nightshade is a vegetable. Thank you, Sailor Boy. We're learning. This is an educational stream. We're just learning all sorts of things. Okay.
You should let CK know that. They clearly have a thread for it.
Yeah, Sailor Boy, jump in there, jump in that discussion. But what I was kind of hoping for more of is I found a Tumblr blog called "People Getting Really Mad at Food," and it's pretty solid. It's very good.
Is
There's
that in like the same vein of like people failing to drink water and stuff?
no, what is that?
Oh, it's like it's just like stock images of like people supposed to be drinking water, but it's I don't know.
They're
It's just like a collection of bad stock images, basically.
oh well, this is
You
not
know,
that. This
yeah.
is a collection of people just getting upset generally about food. It can cover all sorts of different topics and
It's like
everything
the
like that.
DIY of food.
It's not that.
DIWHY of
It's
food.
similar. Yeah, it's similar where it's people doing things with food and then it's generally just people are getting angry and food is involved. But there's a lot of interesting discussions and things to learn. For instance, did you like I don't know if you can see what's on my screen right now, but it's absolutely horrible. It is I'll try to describe it to you guys. This is shrimp in a jello mold with apples cut around it, and they're talking about how food in the 50s was just absolutely horrible because it was the invention of all these new technologies for preserving food, but it's now just has this association with like trashiness. So this is why old people always put food into jello. It's because apparently uh, back in the day people used to preserve food that way. Like but it was something that only rich people could do. They could only use like animal fat to make it happen. They had to take so it was like you had to have like a lot of animal fat to preserve like some food that you didn't want to go bad. So it was something that only like the most luxurious people did was put food in jelly and or jello or whatever. And then like jello got invented and then all of a sudden every single suburban housewife from the 1950s could do it.
Everybody had ground up bones.
And it's not just that, like it was also like meat was another thing. Like that was when like bologna and spam started getting like made,
Oh
and like
yeah,
American
I've
slices of
seen.
cheese, ham and bananas hollandaise sauce. Look at that. That's just beautiful. That's delicious. And then you have this, a crown roast of frankfurters. Isn't that nice? That's just a bunch of hot dogs all smashed together. And then, perfection salad. That is a salad in a jello mold.
Making it perfect.
Absolutely beautiful. This is kind of fits into our DIY, these particular ones. Sweet and
Yeah.
sour chicken mold. I don't even know where the chicken is in this. I'm not sure what it, okay. A mixture of sour cream, lemon gelatin, lemon juice, dill weed combines what
Is it like
it's
blended? It looks pretty
combines
homogeneous,
blender
though.
chopped vegetables and canned chicken. Oh, canned chicken. That was another invention of the 50s that was glorious. You could can everything, and everyone was just so amazed by, like, whoa, this doesn't go bad. I gotta have it. It tastes like garbage, but it's not going bad, so that's great. And then everyone was, like, super into that for a while. Uh, Fill the center of the salad ring with fresh vegetables such as endive, carrot curls, and cherry tomatoes. Oh my god, it's all a jello. Milk chicken! Milk
Nope.
chicken! Do not get me started on
No.
1950s food and their obsession with fucked up jello molds and fruit. I want to say this is some kind of food revolution, like preservatives had just been invented or something, but I'm actually not sure. Somebody goes into it here. I think pretty much everything I just said is like listed here. I'll try and post this blog onto the Discord if you guys want to talk about it. Oh my god, Sailor Boy, what did you post in there? Oh my god. Sailor Boy just posted a normal day in Russia photo, and it's just amazing. But I'm going to try and keep us on
Yes,
track
I have
here.
been appreciating his keeping us apprised of the
All the goodness from Russia.
yeah, the
Oh,
Russian boy.
oh god. These are bad. Can you see these? Oh, you're not yet.
I'm
I'm
waiting
looking
for him
at,
to
yeah,
come
sorry,
up.
sorry. This is, we got some bottled SpaghettiOs
Oh shit,
and
yeah.
some bottled baked beans.
Dude, I would go hard on bottled SpaghettiOs.
Would
No
you?
joke.
I'm
I eat
disappointed
them
in
out of the
you.
can cold. They're
Oh
delicious.
no.
I almost
That's
prefer them cold, but
How
I
about
blame.
macaroni and cheese? The Trix one's not bad. Honestly, I think I'd be down. I could go for a fresh
But see,
bottle of Trix. I think
The Trix one would get mushy and bad. Like the
that's
SpaghettiOs one, it's
true.
identical to how they come in the can.
You just have to witness the
All of the
crime
other
of what
ones,
you're eating.
except the baked beans. Yeah, but that's fine. You know, SpaghettiOs are pretty good, but I grew up camping, and SpaghettiOs were a cold, I don't feel like getting out the propane fucking meal solution.
So this is another great food that I have on the screen currently. I've been following this blog for some time. I think they mostly post about this one particular anime, but also they're from Brazil, and Brazil has a very interesting definition of pizza, and it's pretty much just a plate. That's pretty much what
whatever
pizza
you
is to
want on
them.
bread.
They just literally put anything on it. I've seen literally a whole chicken just presented on a pizza, and it was chicken pizza. Like that's like somebody at some point described to Brazil what pizza was, and they were like, "Yeah, I got it. That makes sense. I think I got what you're going for. I'm picking up what you're putting down." And it's just good stuff. I think that I could go more into that. They might have more as we go down. Let's keep going. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's see. Is chicken on pizza considered weird in other countries? And everyone's like, no, not really. Nah, perfectly acceptable. Nah, as normal as it can get. Had some day. Pretty common fare here. Not at all. Oh, thank God. As a Brazilian, I was worried there for a moment. It's just beautiful. It's just great. Like, it's not even it's more close to a party platter than it is a pizza. I think these are Oreos back over here on the pizza. And they're not, like, incorporated into the pizza. It's just bread with Oreos laid upon the pizza. Rivaldo, sushi pizza might not be bad. I'd be willing to give sushi pizza a try, but like only because I like both of those things separately. So I'd be willing to give it a go, but I would be very unforgiving if it was I would have to see the sushi pizza. If it's literally what this stuff is, where they're just slapping food on top, because this is just lazy. Like the real problem with Brazilian pizza here is that it's just sheer laziness. Like I can make this. If I can make crust, I can make Brazilian pizza. I think those are just whole potatoes right there. I think they're just whole potatoes just sitting on top of a pizza. Like they didn't do anything. Like next to spaghetti, worst of all. I'm getting mad at the blog. People getting really mad at food. Let me get back into it. Hold on. You still with us, Mouse?
I am,
Are you
but
just trying to witness?
no, I need to go, actually.
Oh, you gotta head out? Okay. Well,
Yes.
we can go ahead and put an end to the stream. I'm getting angry at
Yeah,
this.
you've kind of gone down a rabbit hole of.
I'm just very frustrated. I thought I've looked at these images quite a bit, and I've thought I had dealt with them, and I thought I had like made peace with this, but I guess I'm not there yet.
You're spiraling.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. But maybe we can start doing these streams a little earlier so we can go a little bit further with you guys. I had fun with this today. Mouse, did you have fun?
Yes.
Good. That's what I want. That's what I like to hear. I hope you guys had fun too. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here though. Go ahead and subscribe if you guys haven't. We're trying to do this at the end of every week. We've been doing it on Thursdays and Fridays. Maybe we'll figure out which day works better for us eventually. But we usually do it around this time. We've been doing it for an hour or two. But this will go up on the channel if you missed the beginning of it, where we were having technical difficulties. It was very fun. We all had a great time doing that. But
yeah, tune in early for the troubleshooting.
yeah, it's a good time. It's very audio. It's very audience participation. There's a lot of that going on. A lot of can you hear me now? And you guys can play that game with us. It's pretty good. But I think we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye. And I'm still not very good at saying goodbye on stream, so I'm just gonna do it like this. See you guys. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Adios.